beautiful people. What is up? Welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are having a beautiful day or evening time or afternoon, wherever you guys are located. It is currently Monday, February 9th, 8:32 a.m. PCT time. I'm in California as I film and record this video. So we're going to be doing some upcoming world predictions for this week, what we can expect to see the energies. I do weekly energy check-ins, and we're going to see what we could see this week. And also, my apologies, y'all. My throat is a little bit sore. I'm drinking a little bit of tea. Yesterday, we had the Super Bowl, and we had the Seahawks win. Congratulations to the Seahawks. Now, I know I did say that I saw the Patriots having a favor, but boy, was that the opposite, bro. Like that was a pretty intense game. Y'all, I did see the second half of it, and I was like, whoa, yeah. By the second half, I'm like, the Patriots were on their way to winning. There was no way that I think they were still at 0-2. The Patriots. The Seahawks had already 12 points, were ahead. So I was like, yeah. But congratulations to the Seahawks, and that prediction was a flop. But we did actually do have some predictions that came into fruition for Mexico earthquake this weekend, and we saw the MLB player pass away. And yeah, so what I'm going to do too, because someone did ask me, did I ever do sports predictions before? So I rarely do sports predictions because I'm not really into sports. I'm going to be honest with you. But I did do a Super Bowl prediction last year when I first started doing the predictions, and I did get that one right, but I did do a spread of a tarot reading spread. So I didn't do that this year. I actually was in a very rush this last week too. So next year I'm going to do a video dedicated to the Super Bowl, and we're going to see who wins. I promise you next time we will see. But yeah, guys, so yeah, we're going to tap into these energies. Also, if you guys want to follow me, y'all can like the video, y'all can subscribe, or if you guys just want to watch, very well too. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, all my information is in the description box. And let us get into these predictions. Okay, so we're going to start off pretty hot this week. It's going to be very intense, and the energy from last week will carry over into this week. So there's going to be this energy of, how when you shake a Coke bottle and it explodes and you open it, there's going to be that energy of an explosion. But I feel like this is more metaphorically. We could see explosions, but this is more so tensions that are going to finally be released and exposed. Okay, so I did say last week we would see a lot of arrests, and we did see a few arrests of people. Now, I do feel like we could still see a continuation of people being arrested and prosecuted. So this one we're going to see, and it's going to be very shocking to several people, but I do see a person of note, a female, and I'll go into detail about this, will be in contempt of court or will be under investigation. So we all know the Guthrie situation with Nancy Guthrie and her going missing, allegedly kidnapping. Now, I do feel which is not even a secret anymore because everyone already knew. I mean, it was obvious there was energy of someone being, involved in inside jobs. So I do feel like her daughter, Annie, will be under investigation and will be arrested, okay? As well as her husband. There's two people here, but there's a female that is going to come out and is going to be under investigation. Now, this could also be another case that we see with another female arrested, okay? A female of power, could be a celebrity, could also be a politician, but I'm leaning towards this case as well, being in the energy of that coming through. Okay, so Nancy Guthrie, people did ask me before, do I feel she's alive at this point? And I said before, at the time, I felt like she was alive, but there was a little bit of energy of her being alive. Now it does feel like the energy has transitioned. So she either has transitioned, and if she is alive, she is close to transitioning, okay? But hopefully she gets found soon. But I see an arrest, basically, okay? We could also see a big accident, or a ship will be capsized or sink. Could also be a fire on a ship or a boat. So this could be Indonesia, the Philippines, Persian Gulf, the Mediterranean Sea, okay? There could also be refugees on this ship or boat that sinks. So I would say be careful if you're a refugee watching me. Just kidding. If you guys are, gotta make some humor, right? You gotta laugh. Um, it's just very volatile for people to be on boats. We could see drownings this week. We could even see another potential high-profile drowning of a person. Um, we saw a rest in peace with DJ Youngslade, rest in peace, but we do see that energy here. So we could see potential drownings of people or boats being capsized. Yeah, and honestly, back to the Nancy Guthrie case, because I just keep feeling this urge to say this, but excuse my French, but I call bullshit on it, to be honest. I feel like it's an inside job, just straight up. And the FBI already knows. The thing is, they're not announcing it, but they already have an idea. They already know. They already are in the process. They already know who it is. And it's in the family. And it's just who I just said. There's going to be an arrest very soon. If the arrest could be later today, it could be tomorrow, it could be Tuesday, Wednesday. There's going to be an arrest by this week. If not by this week, by next week, but it's going to be quick. Okay, so yes, the kidnapping is an inside job. And I hope to God that she's found alive, but I'm going to be honest with you. The energy does not feel good, just like what I mentioned with DJ Youngslade, and look what happened to him. So the energy does not feel good. I hope she's alive. I hope I'm wrong, but it doesn't feel like she is alive, and it doesn't feel like it's a good energy, okay? But I call BS. I call BS. They're gonna find, if they already have, they already have. They're just not saying it yet. And the FBI, they're not going to just, they're gonna get all the evidence and then they plow. They're not going to just do it right now. But yeah, the arrest is coming very soon. Like I said, if it's not, the arrest could happen right now. It could happen tomorrow. It could happen, but they will be arrested. There's going to be an arrest. And it's in the family. And it could, like I said, could be Anne and her husband. Like I said, if it's not, it's someone else in the family that knows the family. But that's what I see. There's going to be an arrest very soon. Or someone's going to be under investigation very soon. We could also see a offshore earthquake that happens underwater. This could be off of around the Asia Pacific regions. And we could also see a volcano be active. So we're looking at the Philippines, we're looking at Indonesia, we're looking at Japan, we're also looking at the Pacific Northwest for this, as well as earthquakes too. So we could see that go ranges all the way from Alaska all the way down to Mexico. So we did see that confirmation. We could see a change of a leadership in the United Kingdom slash resignation. Now, I did write these predictions a few weeks before and I put them together for every week. So, and we kind of saw that with the Epstein files being connected to one of the UK officials and Keir Starmer. Now, y'all remember my predictions. I did say he would resign this year, but I said it would be towards the later end of the year, but the energy picks up quickly, right? So what I feel like is he will be resigning this year. It's inevitable for him to resign. However, I feel like he's going to put up a fight. So he's going to try to hold on to the position and that could delay the process, but he will have to resign regardless. Okay, so I do see a resignation for Keir Starmer, and there could be a female that takes his place. Okay, I'm not too sure who. Okay, I'm not too into the United Kingdom politics. I would have to do a reading on that, but I do see that the woman will take his place. Okay. Around the same time, we could hear about a royal that has a health crisis or an end of their life. So a royal could pass away or they have to be hospitalized due to a health crisis. Now, keep in mind, royals are not just in the United Kingdom. They are globally, but I'm looking around Europe for this. Okay. We could see issues with women's rights on the news. Okay. So we could see that. We could see a religious leader on the news. This could be tying into a scandal. It could be the Epstein scandal, or a person that claims to be religious makes the news. So it could be something big that happens. Could also be a passing away of a religious leader. Okay. Now this specific prediction I was getting that we're gonna see something around a rock star's mother slash wife. This could tie into health issues around this rock star's mother or wife. Now, who came to my mind was Sharon Osbourne, um, because she was the wife of Ozzy Osbourne and she was a rock star wife. But there's going to be some rock star's wife or mother that's going to make headline news. There could also be a female rock star too. There's energy of that could open up about a health crisis, or there's going to be something coming out around this rock star. Now, we could also see a rock star also transition as well this week. But there's something connected to a rock star and a female in the energy. Okay. We could see an attack in Asia. Okay. This could be some type of bombing attack, big earthquake. I am looking at Iran, Turkey, Pakistan, Afghanistan, and India for this. So we could see big shakings or attacks in those places. We could see an assassination or a leader pass away or removal. This could be in Asia as well. So look out for that. I do also pick up that we are going to see something around another ski resort. So it could be an avalanche that traps skiers. This could be like those little gully rides. I think they're called gullies. I'm not sure what they're called. Those things where you ride, people can get stuck on that. But if you are like in the Alps, whether it's the Swiss, the French, Italian Alps, the Himalayas, United States, could be Colorado, Alaska, we could see avalanches being prevalent. There could be people that, could pass away from that. Okay. I do see a recall for ice cream as well coming up, okay? Or protein powders. This could be dairy products, so it could be milk. But I thought of ice cream came to my mind, okay? I also do feel like we are going to see an ex-president pass away in transition, okay? So I did make that prediction for February. We shall see what happens with that. So I don't think it's a current president of the United States. So I'm leaning towards a ex-president or former politician. So, okay, it could be a former U.S. president, but I'm leaning towards also a former president from Mexico or Latin country that could transition, okay? Mitch McConnell did come into my mind as well. He was hospitalized recently. Someone did ask me, is he going to pass away? Like they asked me this weekend. I said, not this weekend, but I do think there's an energy of him that, he will. He will. I do think his energy is coming up very soon for that, okay? We could see another 6.5 and above earthquake offshore. Mexico, Panama, Guatemala, Peru, Chile, Japan, Papua New Guinea, and Indonesia. And this could also be volcanoes too. So volcano eruptions in Mexico, Panama. But I'm also going to tell you that I see something coming out of Iran, again, where earthquake or volcano eruption And I also see around Israel, Lebanon, and I'm also leaning towards Greece, Turkey, Italy region as well for this type of energy, okay? So, yeah, y'all, that is what I have for these predictions. Not a lot of information. Oh, I do, how could I forget? California, y'all. I do feel like there is potential for a 5.5 above to strike Southern California. How could I forget? I'm in California. This could be SoCal, so all the way from San Diego to LA, going up towards Santa Barbara. So I'd have to look at a map to see where, but if you're in SoCal, there could be an earthquake either inland or offshore, okay? And then we're going to see also domestic arrest again, but look out for the UAE, Kuwait, Qatar, Oman, okay? And we're going to see something coming out of Slovakia and the Bahamas. Something coming out around those areas, okay? And I also do pick, remember I did mention something around also a hotel fire. And then something around a lab, like a lab fire. And I also see like a conference meeting that could also have a fire, an important meeting. There could be fire that breaks out in an important meeting this week or in the month of February, right? Because sometimes energies of time could be fluid, but yeah, there's going to be explosive events. And if it's not in a fire at a meeting, it could be some tensions that break out with arguments. So yeah, it's going to be a wild few days, y'all. We will check back into these energies. Also, before I leave, I just got this message. We're going to hear something around a big crash, either with a bus, a train. Could also be a plane, but I feel like there's something happening around another train again. Or this could be a bus, a transportation where people are actually on ground, and there could be a big accident that happens. So, please drive safe if you are a driver, but we're going to see those energies. So yeah, that is what I have for this energy for the next few days, y'all. I will come back later, and I hope to hear from you guys soon. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, y'all can follow me, and I will see you guys later. Peace.